All set, Tracy? You good? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Oh, come on. Good evening. That's better. Those are MHA students right there. Okay. Esteemed guests, faculty, staff, and students, I'm honored to be with you tonight as we celebrate your achievements. My name is Garrett Chisholm, and I'm the Masters of Health Administration Program Director here at MSU Denver. And I'd like to start tonight by thanking all of you for being here. This is a very special event. I do want to note that we're going to have a little bit of a change of schedule, and Donna is going to be coming first instead of a little bit later on, and we'll kind of walk you through that. I also am recovering from a little bit of a cold, so my normal voice is a little bit raspy here. I want to start with talking about the hooding ceremony. The hooding ceremony is a special recognition upon graduates receiving a master's or a doctoral degree. And the hooding ceremony originated in European universities in the 11th or 12th century and was introduced to distinguish graduating students as they began their academic careers. Hooded robes, often required for warmth in unheated medieval libraries, were first used as a practical uniform for scholars as they studied and produced written work. However, over time, the robes became largely symbolic, and universities then added colors to the robes to differentiate students by their academic majors, and the hoods later became part of the commencement ceremony. Hoods are used today to represent a commitment to scholarly life. During your orientation to the MHA program, I discussed with you what it meant to be a professional. And I told you the story of Justice Louis Brandeis in 1912 during an address delivered on commencement day at Brown University. And Justice Brandeis stressed three important points. First, a professional is an occupation for which the necessary training is intellectual character involving knowledge and learning. Second, it's an occupation which is pursued largely for others. And third, it is an occupation in which success is measured in terms that are not financial. Tonight, I ask your permission once again to share a little wisdom that I hope is valuable to you. As health administrators, all of you will be performing a variety of tasks every day. The execution of those tasks may distinguish you from others. Your ability to work under pressure, to analyze complex problems, to work in dynamic teams certainly will be part of your life. However, your character will distinguish you from others much more. I like to share one aspect of your character that I think may be helpful, and it's about being certain. Certainty, sometimes described as confidence, the absence of doubt and truth. We often associate leaders with certainty, but I'm here to warn you tonight that being certain can be dangerous ground. Here are a few examples that I pulled I think might be helpful. The first one is a quote from a bishop of Oxford in 1859 who said, "This book is a rotten fabric of guess and speculation." It's from Samuel Wilberforce. He was speaking to the British Association of Science, and that book happened to be written by Charles Darwin called The Origin of Species. Guess and speculation. This next quote is from a surgeon in California named Ian McDonald in 1963, who said, "For the majority of people, smoking has some actually great beneficial effects." Interesting. This next one is from an official U.S. civil defense document from 1982 that said, an officer, "A nuclear war could alleviate some of the factors leading to today's ecological disturbances that are due to high population concentrations and heavy industrial production." Nuclear war. Interesting. 1916, an actor said, quote, "The cinema is little more than a fad. It's canned drama. What audiences really want to see is flesh and blood on the stage." That actor was Charlie Chaplin. And then the last example I'll give you was in 1962, a music executive looked to a bunch of young boys and said, "We don't like their sound. Groups of guitars are on their way out." That group was the Beatles. So I bring this up in that I plead you to change your language patterns. Using the word perhaps a lot more in your daily language. You're entering a world that is ripe for endless curiosity and exploration. Take advantage of that. You will find that curiosity coupled with humility will take you so much farther than being certain, than knowing or pretending to know all the answers. And lastly, a few other comments. First, accept yourself. To who you are and where you're at on the journey, practice and fail and practice some more. Be vulnerable, open to feedback, and commit to change. This builds trust, which is what you need for any solid relationship. Next, show compassion in everything you do. We don't need more health administrators that know how to create more dashboards and know all the intricacies of EMTALA. We need empathy. We need understanding. We need compassion in the world. Actively listen. And then when you're ready to speak, listen some more. And above all, keep a firm footing on ethics. Your moral compass must be precise and accurate. And if you're ever in doubt, put people first. Congratulations on all that you have accomplished and all that I know you will accomplish in the future. And please take care of each other. Need new glasses, or Tracy, we got to make these bigger. It's my issue. It is my very distinct and proud honor to introduce our keynote tonight. Donna Lynn is the Chief Executive Officer for Denver Health and Hospital Authority, a $1.4 billion community-based clinic and hospital system providing 1.2 million patient visits a year. Denver Health operates a health plan in addition, 19 school-based clinics, 10 ambulatory clinics, and public health services. Prior to becoming the CEO of Denver Health, Donna was the Chief Operating Officer of Columbia University Medical Center and the CEO of Columbia Doctors, a 2,600 physician faculty practice organization supported by over 7,000 non-physician staff. Donna also served as the university's COVID-19 director, and until January 2019, she was the Colorado's 49th Lieutenant Governor and Chief Operating Officer. Prior to assuming her roles in the Colorado State government, Dr. Lynn served as the Executive Vice President of Kaiser Foundation Health Plan and Kaiser Foundation Hospitals, and as a group president responsible for its Colorado, Pacific Northwest, and Hawaii regions, overseeing an $8 billion budget, 1.4 million members, and 16,000 employees. She has been recognized as one of the top women business leaders in Denver and one of the top 25 women in healthcare in the nation. She holds a bachelor's degree in economics and political science from the University of New Hampshire, master's of public administration from George Washington University, and a doctor from public health from Columbia University. In 2014, Dr. Lynn received an honorary doctor of public service from the University of Denver, and in 2017, an honorary bachelor of science degree in nursing from Colorado Mountain College. And she has also been an adjunct professor at Columbia University since 2005. Please help me welcome Donna Lynn.
Well, thank you, Garrett. And I was hoping you weren't going to read all that stuff, but nevertheless, You know, there's a lot of parallels in my life and in yours, and hopefully in the path you're going to follow in the future. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that. But first, I want to acknowledge the individuals you see on stage, many of the people who are here who have been either your teachers, your mentors, your administrators, and the people that help get you through this program. And Tracy, who helps get everybody through everything, I think. So I'm thrilled actually to be here for a variety of reasons. I actually served on the MSU Foundation Board several years ago. I'm a friend of Janine Davidson's and really importantly admire just the foundation that MSU provides to the Denver community, which is part of what I do at Denver Health. And as I say, what makes my heart sing every morning when I wake up. So I understand that you are the largest graduating class ever in this program, so congratulations to that. And certainly one of the challenges that we have in healthcare today is attracting people whose passion and whose intelligence will be used in what is undoubtedly just a crazy business, if you haven't figured that out yet. It's my sincere hope that you as healthcare leaders will lend your voices, your skills, and your passion to something that I believe in, which is we need a health system that is more equitable for everybody in this country. I recently spoke on a panel about quality improvement at Children's Hospital with two other prominent healthcare leaders. And a question was asked to us about what we as healthcare leaders would do to revamp the healthcare system. I answered in two ways. First, I believe that healthcare is a fundamental right, just like public education, and that we ought to be providing it to all citizens, all individuals who live in this country. Unfortunately, we do not. The other part of that is that when we keep talking about a healthcare system, I think you probably know from your studies, maybe even from your own experiences, we really don't have a healthcare system. We have lots of fragments of healthcare. The connection between healthcare and social services is more important than ever in today's society, particularly with the prevalence of mental health and substance use issues that we're facing as a community in Denver, as a state, and as a country. What I want to underscore is how the lack of equity and the lack of access to healthcare and the lack of a system actually hurts us as a society. It not only hurts us because it's unfair, but it hurts us because our economic and social growth is impeded by the fact that we do not have universal health care. Now, some of you might not agree with that premise, but that's okay. I'm going to stand by it because it is unfair to have people being treated differently, either because of their economic circumstances, their citizenship, their age, their gender, their race, and their ethnicity. If we want a healthier society, we need to be mindful of inclusivity for all. If you don't already know that, and I think we have a somewhat international looking group of graduates, and we are thrilled about the diversity that you bring to the table. But unfortunately, healthcare in America is not something that we can be really proud of. You may be aware there is a institution called the Commonwealth Fund in New York. They do a lot of research on health policy issues. And they compare healthcare in the United States over many, many decades to that in other countries. And of course, those other countries, high income and moderate income, have one thing in common, and that is universal healthcare. So while you can get great healthcare in the United States, if you have access through insurance or you have money or you live in a certain neighborhood, in other countries, those things don't determine your ability to lead a healthy life and to lead a productive life. So I'm going to give you a few facts, but I'm hoping in your program you might already know these things, but I think it's important because we have a lot of guests in the room as well. not only is the United States the only country in the developed world where universal health care does not exist, we actually have a health system that discourages people from using services. Why? Because it costs too much money. And we don't have sufficient supply for the demand that we have. And as I said, a recognition that social services and the integration of them with our healthcare system is really critical to having people lead a successful life. I think you probably all know with your MHA degrees that the United States spends more than any other country on healthcare. And in fact, we spend more in the United States on healthcare than the entire gross domestic product of all but 3 countries. And what do we get for that? I bet you could all tell me, right? We don't get good quality and we don't get good access. And part of it is these disparities in care. So our health outcomes are, quite frankly, nothing to be proud of, except perhaps, as I said, when you have access because of some of your circumstances or you have money. So you heard Garrett talk about one of the things I did during 2000 to 2002 was I was the university's Columbia University COVID director. So I dealt with many of the issues that some of you may have experienced, from classes being remote to the dorms being emptied, but also I was in charge of providing medical care, doing testing, vaccines, providing and helping those people who are direct caregivers. And I, despite COVID being so challenging, was optimistic that COVID would actually expose the fissures in our healthcare system and that we would reckon with some of the brutal truths that we saw, which was that people who were poor, people who were living in crowded conditions, people who did not have access to healthcare, and people who had underlying healthcare conditions, that all those things would become evident, and policymakers in Washington or for me being in New York and Albany would say, oh my gosh, we have a system that is not just. So I actually thought there were some potential silver linings in COVID. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And it is a fight that we still have to fight, despite some of the political divisions that we have in our country and even in our state. So guess who's going to be doing that? All of you. That is part of your charge, is to think about how you can influence, whether it's in a small way in jobs that you are in now or jobs you will be entering. But you're not just responsible for being a hospital or healthcare administrator. In many ways, you are the voices that people will listen to because you're working in the field. I often say my job, I am not a clinician, I'm an administrator, but my job is to understand the currents that are going on in our healthcare system and be able to have the courage to try to influence people who are making policy and making decisions that impact so many people's lives. So I'd like to talk to you for a couple of minutes about my career. You are all, I'm pretty much seeing a pretty young group. When Garrett introduced me, I actually got my doctorate in public health when I was 50. I had had sort of an interesting career in public service, in healthcare, but I really began to realize in my 40s that I needed a degree that spoke to physicians, that spoke to business people, and that allowed me to have influence in what I was doing. I like to say I had a non-linear career. If any of you know what that means, it means you don't start off necessarily as an assistant bank teller and become a bank teller and then a vice president and you stay in that bank. Excuse me. My experience was, as you heard, both in the public sector, in nonprofit healthcare, spending time as the lieutenant governor of this state and really getting the benefit of learning about all of the populations that are here in Colorado and some of the needs in our rural areas, in our urban areas, and outlying areas. For me, Denver Health, I've only been there for almost a year and a half now. In many ways is, as I said, what not only makes my heart sing, because I believe as a safety net hospital, it provides access to care for everyone, regardless of their ability to pay. But we are a foundation and anchor in the community, much like MSU is, and we welcome everyone. The next generation of healthcare leaders are coming from this very room. And I want to encourage you to think about the responsibility that's on your shoulder. I like to say when I give commencement addresses, I like to share my favorite proverb. You heard some quotes from Garrett, but let me tell you mine. It's from Nepal, where I was fortunate enough to spend some time. And here is the proverb. When facing two paths, if you are strong enough, always choose the harder one. The harder one has made me grow in more ways than I can imagine. I've done it repeatedly through my career and through my life. And you, as you enter your healthcare journey, are in fact taking the harder path. You are embracing that work, and there is much work to be done. Lean into every challenge because there will undoubtedly be many. Be willing to grow as professionals, but also as individuals, because healthcare leadership requires professionals not only who know and understand the healthcare system, but who have a high degree of emotional intelligence. Remember the 5 C's of inclusive leadership: consciousness, curiosity, compassion, competence, and courage. And probably if I had to pick one, I'd emphasize that courage. These are learned skills. You don't necessarily get them in school. You'll learn them on the job. Trust your instincts. Trust yourselves. Be courageous. Congratulations to all of you. I wish you the best, and I hope I see some of you in the halls of Denver Health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. Now it's my pleasure to announce Dr. Marie Mora, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs. MSU programs around our campus would not be a success without the support of our university leaders, and we're so honored to have Dr. Mora this evening. Please welcome.
Well, thank you very much. And also thank you, Donna Lynn, for such inspiring words. That's really meaningful for our graduates and also for those of us who are not graduates, but here to celebrate with our graduates. And I want to say good evening to everyone as well. I am so excited and delighted to be here on such a joyous occasion. We are here to celebrate our fall 2023 graduates from the Masters of Health Administration program at Metropolitan State University of Denver. So I think you all deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. There'll be a lot of applauding tonight. Woo! And as I start, I want to also thank the department for the warm invitation to welcome you tonight. And thank you, Tracy, for all of the logistics. And I want to thank all the faculty, staff, and students who helped make tonight's event possible. So as noted, my name is Marie Mora, and I currently have the pleasure and privilege of serving as the Provost at Interim and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs here at MSU Denver. And in case you don't know what a provost is, that's okay. Most of us don't. Many of us don't. In a nutshell, we are the chief academic officers. So many people are familiar with a CEO or CFO, like Chief Financial Officer. Well, in higher education, we often have the position of CAO, that is the Chief Academic Officer, also known as Provost. So this is the position that oversees the academic side of the house, including the colleges, schools, and academic programs, wonderful academic programs like our master's program here in health administration. So on behalf of the leadership of MSU Denver, including President Janine Davidson, please accept our sincere and joyful congratulations. And we can't wait to learn more about the next steps on your journey now as graduate alums as you move into new roles, including in leadership. We also look forward to seeing each and every one of you this coming Friday as you walk across the stage. So education is a very interesting thing. I'm a labor economist by training, so I was very pleased. Our keynote speaker also has a background in economics. I've always found it to be profound that even if the entire world turns upside down, you will still have your education. Education is something that no one can take away from you. It was not a gift to you. You cannot buy it at the store, nor can you sell it to someone else. You also can't lose it. You will carry your education with you the rest of your lives, and it will work endlessly to support and open new opportunities for you. I want to take this opportunity to also recognize that you have been transformed through your educational journey during the past several years, including through the COVID years, just as you've been transformed through all of your other experiences leading you to this key moment. But with your new degree as graduates, you will now be able to enter and move into new spaces where you are also a transformer and a leader. You will transform your jobs, your disciplines of studies, your communities too. By graduating with your master's degree, you are also transforming into a new position as a role model for family, friends, and colleagues, and even for people you have not even met yet. I realize that many of you are already role models, but successfully completing your master's degree will expand this role. With MSU Denver's mantra, meeting students where they're at, we sincerely hope your experience as a road runner has been rewarding and inclusive. And we thank you, and in many cases, your families as well, for trusting your education and this time in your life to us. Our official university seal includes the phrase, excellence in teaching and learning. The work that you have been doing leading you to tonight exemplifies your excellence in learning. I want to thank all of you for trusting your futures to MSU Denver. So again, I'm very proud to be here tonight to celebrate your educational and personal achievements and your completion of such an important milestone. I wish you joy and prosperity as you transform our world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Mora. Our next guest, one of my colleagues, I'm excited to have up here, is our Associate Vice President of Graduate Studies, Dr. Inga Efes.
Good evening. Congratulations to the fall graduates of the Master's Program in Health Administration. You made it. You earned your degree, and I'm sure it was not always easy. Be proud of yourselves. Now you are eager to apply your knowledge, and you will do so in a service sector. And in your specific case, you will serve to facilitate that people need to maintain or restore their health. Some of you might choose a service that will allow you to be in contact with those who need the care, and many of you will play important roles that are invisible to those who need the care, and that work matters just as much. Some of you will work in hospitals, insurance companies, senior services, government institutions, not-for-profit organizations, and much more. With your training to become healthcare administrators, you have acquired special knowledge and skills that will allow you to accomplish many different tasks. But what all these tasks have in common is that they're all related to caring. And all caring demands a huge amount of emotional labor. In some cases, your immediate care is for people. In some cases, you will care for principles that should then serve people. In many cases, you might fight against the excessive desire for profit over people. Why, in 2023, are the health outcomes of different populations still so different? Why do we still ignore that environmental factors like air and water quality have a serious impact on our health and wellness? Why in 2023 are there still so many people without housing, food, and education that have all been shown to have a tremendous impact on health and wellness? You will not now find yourself in situations where you will witness these discrepancies much closer than those who work in other sectors. While these experiences can be painful, please don't close your eyes. Your education is not a goal in itself. You are now equipped with the tools to make a difference. And some might say you now have the expertise and therefore obligation to try to make a difference. Avoid saying, this is just a policy that I have to follow. And if you don't agree with the policy, say this is our current policy, and I will see what can be changed. People do not expect miracles, but they want to be heard. They also know that policy is not gravity. It can be changed with the right attitude and determination and resilience. You can make a difference by taking a stand, voicing your concerns, and letting no one forget that supporting an essential part of healthcare administration is healthcare equity. I'm sure you can do that because your training in this healthcare administration master's program has empowered you to do so. Congratulations and best wishes for your future plans.
Thank you, Dr. Hefes. Our next speaker, I'm very proud to introduce our colleague, Dr. Hope Sapolsky, Dean, College of Health and Human Sciences. Dr. Sapolsky.
Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the resilient graduates and their families. As mentioned earlier, I am Hope Sapolsky, Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences here at MSU Denver. It is with immense pride and joy that I stand before you today at this momentous occasion, the hooding ceremony for the Masters of Health Administration graduates. This occasion is a celebration of dedication, hard work, and the unwavering pursuit of knowledge that has brought us together in this Hall of Achievement. To the families gathered here today, thank you for entrusting with us your loved ones. Your support has been an integral part of the journey we honor today. Your encouragement, late night conversations, and understanding during moments of academic intensity have played a crucial role in the success we celebrate here today. To the faculty and staff, your dedication to excellence in education has left an indelible mark on the minds and hearts of these graduates. Your mentorship, guidance, and commitment to fostering an environment of intellectual curiosity have been the catalyst for their growth and success. And to the esteemed graduates, the architects of your own destinies, today marks the culmination of your tireless efforts, sleepless nights, and the unyielding pursuit of knowledge in the field of health administration. You have emerged from this transformative journey, not just for the master's degree, but with the wisdom to navigate the landscape of healthcare management. As we hood each graduate today, we don't just symbolize the academic achievement attained through countless hours of study, research, and practical experience. We acknowledge the responsibility that comes with this hood, a responsibility to lead, innovate, and to affect positive change in the healthcare sector. Healthcare administration is not just a profession, it's a calling. It's an invitation to contribute to a sector that touches the lives of countless individuals and their families. The role of healthcare administrator is not merely administrative. It is visionary, strategic, and impactful. You are the architects of the systems, the orchestrators of efficiency, and the advocates for equitable healthcare access. In a world where healthcare is not just a service, it's a fundamental right, your role becomes even more pivotal. The challenges are numerous. The complexity of healthcare policy, the constant evolution of technology, and the ongoing quest for financial sustainability. However, it is within these challenges that true leaders emerge, armed with the knowledge to transform obstacles into opportunities. Our program here at MSU Denver is not just about imparting academic knowledge. It's about fostering a mindset, an ethos of resilience, innovation, and compassion. You are not just graduates. You are the ambassadors of change, equipped with the skills to shape the future of healthcare. As you embark on the next phase of your journey, whether it be in a hospital administration, public health management, or other facet of the dynamic field, carry with you the lessons learned within these walls. Embrace the challenges as stepping stones to success. View setbacks as opportunities for growth. And above all, lead with integrity and empathy. In the presence of your families, mentors, and peers, you stand on the cusp of a new chapter. One where your knowledge, skills, and passion for healthcare administration become the catalyst for positive change. You are not just graduates, you are the torchbearers of hope, advocates for health equity, and architects of healthcare system that leaves no one behind. Let this hooding ceremony be a symbol not just of accomplishment, but the profound impact you are poised to make on the world of healthcare. Congratulations to each and every one of you. May your journey be as inspiring as the paths you are about to forge. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sapolsky. It's my honor now to shift gears a little bit, start focusing on students. Normally, we present the MHA Outstanding Student Award in this ceremony. And this student wasn't able to be here tonight, but we were able to celebrate him last week during capstone presentations. And to help do that, Dr. Dia Robinson, one of our faculty members, is going to discuss this student and why the faculty voted for this student. So thank you for being here. Dr. Dia Robinson, please.
Hello, class. Hello, guests. They're chuckling. I don't know why. Faculty, it is my distinct honor to introduce our nominee for the 2023 MHA Outstanding Student Award. While I was composing my words for the nomination, I reflected especially on some of the areas of our mission and vision statement for the program, preparing graduates to contribute to the field of healthcare, lifelong learning, and the ability to interpret and solve healthcare challenges that face our society. Our nominee did not necessarily have a linear path to his finish, like some of you know. Our nominee made a difficult decision to move to Denver to finish his psychiatric residency and stayed on as faculty as medical director of forensic psychiatry at Denver Health, and then at Denver Sheriff's Department Health Services, providing leadership and care for incarcerated populations. However, instead of sheltering in place, he and his family moved where he attained board certification in addiction medicine. Once again, our nominee went into one of the health disparity epicenters and moved to Christiansburg, Virginia, to treat the rural populations in and around Virginia. When I came back to MSU Denver in 2022, after working As a hospital administrator during the pandemic, I was pleased to work with our nominee again and helping him decide what his capstone experience should be. Typical of many students at this stage, he had to decide between an internship or a thesis. The collective experiences, however, between the time our nominees started this program and where he is now is why he is our 2023 MHA Outstanding Student. As he immersed himself in the region and culture of rural Virginia, he realized there was a need to directly address how he would contribute to the field of healthcare. Providing a new clerkship rotation for medical student learners to understand the psychosocial challenges that pregnant mothers in rural communities are faced with is where our MHA Outstanding Student nominee landed on his internship project and created a new medical education elective and clerkship for fourth-year medical students who are addicted. Looking back at our nominee's initial submission to the program and comparing it to his reflection from his internship assignment provided further insight in his ability to practice what we believe is an additional value here in the program, and that is administrative humility. Holding a medical degree for some individuals would stop their learning. Our nominee, however, is unique in that he understood that he wanted to further understand how a collaborative leader makes a difference. Most recently, our nominee reflected on how he learned that introducing new medical education curriculum requires fierce collaboration to succeed, much like his initial reasons for seeking an MHA years ago. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Sasha Rai as the 2023 MHA Outstanding Student Award.
I'm truly honored to speak today, for this for our class, because this is a great opportunity to share with all of you. And I was totally unprepared to give a speech when they told me, "Oh, if you give a speech," I was like, "Oh boy." But now, when I reflect back on this moment and on the program itself, I can almost remember when I made the choice to join the MHA program. I had been, as it happens with a lot of physicians, been promoted out of turn. My supervising psychiatrist had resigned, and I was 1 year in the jail, and they said, "Well, you need to be the supervising psychiatrist." And I said, "Okay, I guess I'm the only one remaining." And then the next year, the director for mental health services resigns. And I called again to the chief of services office and said, "Well, do you want me the director of mental health services?" I was like, "Not really, but what options do I have?" Luckily, my chief is a person who had worked in the jail before, and he said, "You can do a lot of things by yourself. I do not need to, day-to-day nitpick with you." And so I said, "Okay, fine." And I started my administrative journey in 2017, and I quickly realized I was drowning. I had no idea about healthcare finance. The jail was a different environment. I had to work with the sheriff of Denver, who was obviously a different entity than Denver Health. So obviously the sheriff's goals and the hospital's goals were different. So you had to work with conflicting organizations. They viewed the patient as an inmate. I viewed them as a patient. So there were obviously some conflicts there. Luckily for me, Denver Health provided tuition for master's program, and MSU had this wonderful opportunity where I could, work full time as well as do this on my own pace. And so this was a hands down a very easy solution for me to take this program up. And then when I started, I'm really thankful for Professor Chisholm, for Dr. Robinson, for Tracy and Amber for working with me. And when I had to take a break, they were very helpful in kind of guiding me in that process. And then as I, proceeded in the pandemic, got to see what healthcare was not working. There were a lot of cracks in the society. The only thing I was thankful about the pandemic was it cut my commute from 45 minutes to 20 minutes. There were no cars on the road anymore. I do remember gowning up, going into COVID pods. Everybody had COVID. There were 60 people in a pod. Everybody had COVID. I would see my psych patients going from door to door. And that was a big experience for me. And then when I had to move to Omaha to do my fellowship in neuropsychiatry, I took a break from the MHA program. And it was another experience for me there too. But reflecting on all of this, it just made me realize that the healthcare system was not prepared for what the pandemic did for any of us. And I'm hopeful that what we've learned from this, we can now apply in the future. And as administrators, we can probably make this place a better place. I work with an administrator in my department, and I don't think so I can get things done if I didn't have a qualified administrator working with me. I'm lucky to work in a hospital which has a dyad system where there's a physician leader and administrator both work together. Because a lot of times I'll go to the administrator's office and say, help me, let's get this done. And I don't know how to do this. And she kind of will show me how to get things done. So I've been very fortunate to work in that hospital system. Before I leave, I just have one quote to give from India's Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore. His one saying holds out to me. He says, a mind all logic is a knife all blade. It bleeds the hand that wields it. So when we confront our problems, we should not only do it with logic, but with empathy, so we don't end up bleeding ourselves and other people. Thank you.
Sasha wasn't able to be here tonight, but he is watching. So we're very proud of Sasha and all the work that he's been accomplishing during the program. Hey, Tracy, you read? Are you all ready? Okay. My pleasure to introduce Tracy Acabellas, who will be announcing the names.
All right. So now is the time you've all been waiting for. The hooding and pinning of our 2023 Master of Health Administration graduate candidates. Here are a few instructions. You all have your hood. When you come up, you're just going to have it sort of draped over your arm. And when your name is called, please enter the stage using the stairs to your left. Once on stage, please remove your cap. Then Dr. Robinson will place the hood. After hooding, stay in place, and Dr. Seedorf will place your MHA pin. Continue to Director Chisholm for a congratulatory handshake, then exit the stage to your right. Yeah. Cap tassels remain on your left side until official commencement on Friday. But if you move it, I won't tell anyone. All right, so let's get started. Our first graduate, Francisco Aguilar. Yep, you're up. Congratulations, Francisco. Melissa Alvarez. Do-overs are allowed. Congratulations, Melissa. Amar Amesqua Sandoval. Some of the shoes tonight are very impressive. Congratulations, Amar. Amber Benningdorf. Congratulations, Amber. Natalie B. Lorklin. She's just too excited.
No eyes on this, right?
Makes it memorable. Our professors are perfectionists. Congratulations, Natalie. Alicia Campbell. Congratulations, Alicia. Our next graduate is with us virtually. I'd like to recognize Matthew Colapinto. Congratulations, Matthew. Matresa Coleman. Congratulations, Matresa. Our next graduate is also virtual. Congratulations, Yosef Ajazuli. Also, our next graduate is also virtual with us. Congratulations, Alyssa Fagnoli. Jessica Flores Fesa. And Jessica is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Dorr. Congratulations, Jessica. Stephanie Ford. Congratulations, Stephanie. Selma Hamid. Congratulations, Selma. Irene Hammond. Congratulations, Irene. James Harris Jr. Congratulations, James. Sean Kellogg. Congratulations, Sean. Jana Black Komorowski.
He did it.
Congratulations, Jana. Rachel Luders. Congratulations, Rachel. Sharita Morris. Congratulations, Sharita.
Thank you.
Whitney Peck. Congratulations, Whitney. Our next graduate we're recognizing virtually, a familiar face, Dr. Sasha Rai. Congratulations. J. Jom Sanuki Tugume. Congratulations, Joy. Tasia Snail. Congratulations, Tasia. Namita Thapa. I'm loving all the decorated caps. Congratulations, Namita. Last but certainly not least, Gustavo Tinoco. Cat hair is going to be very in tonight. Congratulations, Gustavo. And congratulations again to our graduating class of 2023. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's hear it for them.
Thank you, Tracy. We give a warm round of applause for Tracy, Amber, the rest of the faculty, staff, all the folks at AHEC who put this on, all the volunteers, David, and the entire team. Thank you all. We're going to be closing remarks with our chair, Professor Zeiler.
Hey, thank you, everyone. My name is Kevin Zeiler. I'm the chair of the Health Professions Department. What an honor to be here tonight. What a great ceremony. You're all road runners. Congratulations. I'm the last speaker, so I'll make this brief. And then we can all get back to some food at the back. I believe Tracy said there's going to be some photo ops taking place. What I really want to speak about tonight is community. When you look around this room, you see family, you see friends. That's a community. When many of you get out into the workforce, that'll be another community. We want you to be a part of this community. Today isn't the last day that you're here at Metro State. We want you to be a part of what we're doing here. We want you to come back and mentor those young students. We want you to share your experiences and help that next generation. I keep walking away from this. I hope you can still hear me. It's important to us because you're in the field. You'll be the ones doing the work. You're the ones that can report back to us what's taking place. We're here to support you as well. We want to be a part of your journey as you continue forward. Just like your family, just like your friends, just like your professional organizations. Please let us be a part of that. Please reach out. Let us know what we can do. And we look forward to sharing this with you in the future. Thank you all for a great evening. I look forward to seeing you as we're able to mingle here for a few minutes before the evening ends. Thank you.
I need my paper. Before we end our ceremony, a couple of housekeeping things. Before you go out to take photos with your family and friends, we'd love to get a group photo of all the graduates up here on the stage. Our lovely photographer, Allie, has a setup on the right here for you to get a photo in your regalia, in a professional headshot photo if you'd like. We have lots more food and to-go boxes if you need them. But I want to say congratulations again to our graduates. We're so proud of you. Time to party.